Yo, peace, what up? It's your boy Jay Bada. I am toying with the idea of a podcast. I think I've mentioned it in the past. I was thinking about doing a YouTube channel or something. I don't know. Don't know where this is going, but I figured I took the day off from work and why not try something new? Talking shit. I got shit to say. Don't we all? I'm treating this like my music, kind of just letting shit come to me. Sipping on a little 10.5 IPA. Like I said, my day off. It's 5 o'clock somewhere. I just wanted to see how this would go. So today I figure I'll just talk about like Mother's Day, since it was yesterday and that was an interesting day. Mother's Day for me is usually tough because, my mother passed in 2022. So for the last few years, Mother's Day, her birthday, just certain days hit a little different. Generally with grief, everybody grieves their own way. So first few years were crazy. It was just, reliving the last moments, PTSD type of shit. And now it feels a little different. So I'm gonna try to keep this short because I don't want to spend forever editing. So yesterday, my plan for Mother's Day, which I have done in the past, is just spend the day by myself on the beach, usually on mushrooms. I like to dose heavy on mushrooms on those days and just, I want to say disconnect, but it's not really disconnecting. It's, if anything, it's more connecting or feeling, even though it's weird because it's heavy waking up that day. You're already thinking and feeling the emotions, but then it's like the mushrooms is like, here you go, really feel that shit. So yeah, that was my plan. Go to the beach, trip out on some mushrooms and disconnect, reconnect, cry, feel my feelings, whatever. Anyway, so the day before, on Saturday, I hit up my boy who I do music with and who I met out here in 2023, and we just instantly bonded like brothers. And I just hit him up to say what's up. And he was like, yo, I'm going to the river. I'm going to this spot in Corozal. And he was like, I'm going with my daughter and my peoples. I think his cousin moved out here with her man and family. So he's like, yo, come through. And part of me was like, I was so used to just spending these days by myself and disconnecting by myself and doing all. But this time I got invited and I was like, you know what? I remember reading or seeing something years ago where it was like 85% of life is just showing up. And I've been living that way and it hasn't failed me yet. So the fact that I got invited and I knew it was gonna be good energy, good people, good vibes. So I just showed up. And boy, did I show up to the party. Yo, that fucking hike I've done it before, halfway. We did the shit back in, I think, 2024. And I remember it being like, okay, like you gotta stay focused. You're climbing rocks, 3 points of contact, you gotta pay attention. There's no like paved trail or anything like that. So it was intense, but it was safe, and it was questionable moments, but it was dope. I just showed up and it was a great day, good vibes. I spoke about my mother. I spoke about my past. I had moments by myself where I had the waterfall just pounding on my fucking shoulders. And it's like everybody had their own like space and time at one point, and everyone was like doing their own thing, but we were all together. It's hard to explain. Just nature brought us all there, but everybody's having their own present moment, and I definitely had mine, and it was just beautiful. It was dope, just being in nature, being around good people, and disconnecting. It was like you're so present, you're fucking hanging on rocks and shit. You can't even focus. You can't even think about your emotions. You're just trying not to fucking fall and crack your skull. So I appreciate and needed that. I'm being dramatic, but I'm also being factual. Like, one wrong move, shit could go wrong. So it was good. And then afterwards, we went back to my boy's crib, and I thought that was it. I was just like, all right, let me go home and go to the beach and just chill by myself. And he was like, nah. He's like, yo, bro, I'm cooking. I'm making food. You know what I'm saying? Like, just family shit. And he's like, don't leave. And I was like, all right. So I chilled, we ate, smoked some bud. It was just good vibes. It was really good vibes, and just island vibes, just respect and love for one another as human fucking beings, for real. Like, it's as simple as that, but it was genuine, it was authentic, it was effortless. It was just good fucking vibes, and that's why I love this island. And I'm not saying it's always like that. I'm not saying everybody on the island is like that, but I've been fortunate enough to be in that good energy and the good vibes. I went to the beach and I was on some munchy shit. I was like, damn, I really want something sweet. Like I was thinking, all right, I'm gonna go to supermarket and get some Verona Pepperidge Farm cookies, some shit, like some sweet. I was just craving. And then as I'm thinking this, I'm literally on the sand, just laid out on my towel and doing yoga stretches and shit. And I just finished thinking about, I have a sweet tooth, and mind you, this is like 6:30 in the afternoon. I'm hearing some guy just selling his homemade cookies. He called it galleta. That shit was more like a fucking cake. Ain't nobody selling shit on the beach at 6:30. It's already dark. Not even. It might have been 7. Like the sun was down, and I just hear him in the back of my head. And then I'm the next person he comes to, and he's just like, "Con permiso, estoy vendiendo that." I gotta buy one, you know. I bought two. I bought both flavors. And it's just shit like that. Just like the way when you don't think about it, but you're thinking about it, shit just be happening. So it was overall a great day. I saw the sunset, had some alone time. And yeah, my grief it feels different. I'm more at peace. Of course I miss her. Of course I cried at some point yesterday just thinking about her, and my grandmother, my aunt, everybody who's not here that, you know, raised me or influenced me or made an impression in my life. But I am definitely more at peace. And you know, like my boy inviting me to the river, for me that was just her. Just like show up. Like I don't want you to cry and be sad, you know. And so I appreciated that. I had a great time, and it was just, the island reminds me of my mother. The people remind me of my mother. Just the love of one another out here reminds me of my mother. So it was good. It was a great day. And I'm grateful for those days that I could get through. That leading up to it may seem like, fuck, it's right around the corner. Mother's Day's coming. Like, ooh, brace yourself for the fucking tears and the turmoil. But it wasn't like that. And it hasn't been like that. I thought I was going to be on 20 grams bawling, ugly crying. And it was the complete opposite. It was beautiful. It was an incredible experience. And yes, I will do it again. But anyway, so that was my day yesterday. I'm grateful for that. And yeah, so I'm going to see how this podcast goes. Use it as like platform, therapy, whatever the fuck. Maybe I have people talking on here one day. But for right now, it's just whatever the fuck comes to mind. And not drinking enough. I'm at 11 minutes right now. Well, I'm sure there'll be edits. But anyway, so I'm putting this on another fucking IG page. I know, I got like fucking at least 5, 6, 7. Even my dog has a fucking page. It's terrible. And I don't even manage all of them. I got a photography one, a music one, a personal one, a pizza one. My dog has one. It's at least 5. I just counted. There may be another 2 lingering. But this one, I think it's called Free Puerto Rico 2028. And I'm going to put the podcast on that. I don't know where this is going. I'm putting it on this page because I just feel like Puerto Rico needs to be independent. And I'm not saying one thing has to do with the other, but the independence of Puerto Rico and the threat that we have on a daily basis out here is something that affects us in every aspect, whether it's mental health, whether it's our income, finding jobs, colonialism, whatever the fuck. It's just something that affects us one way or another. Luma, the fact that we can't vote from here for the US president, just a bunch of shit. And I'm just gonna randomly talk about shit that one way or another is tied into it. I mean, you know, I've been out here for 3 years now, and I definitely feel the effects of island living. A lot of people is like, oh, you live in paradise. You live in a life. Yes, I live in paradise aesthetically. Yes, I'm living a life. I don't know what the life may mean to you, but it's my life. And my life has layers to it. So don't only go by the pretty beach pictures that you see me post on my story. I just found peace after hours of whatever the fuck I may have been going through. You know what I'm saying? It's all relative, is all I'm saying. And I post those pictures or videos or whatever sometimes because it's like, even through everything, yes, there is beauty. Yes, there is paradise. And yes, you can see things in different ways, positive through the seemingly negative. So that all, to me, relates to Puerto Rico. And, you know, at one point I had a dream of like someone put a seed in my head about, yo, run for governor of Puerto Rico. That sounds cute. That sounds cool, but what the fuck? Anyway, that's another story. So that's why I created that page, not for me to run as governor of Puerto Rico, but act as if, what would the independence of PR look like? How would I feel about that? What would I do? What would I have to change? What would I have to explore to make that a reality, to see, to feel what that feels like, what that might be? I could dream. I could live as if, right? That's how manifesting works. So it may not be me as governor, but maybe living as if can open up doors for the right governor, or the governor that may support the independence of Puerto Rico. Puerto Rico. So anyway, we're going on 16 minutes. I'm gonna leave it at that, actually. I don't know, again, where this is going. I hope it can go somewhere. Honestly, I like this just for recording my brain, because I literally, it just doesn't stop, the brain. Maybe it's a Gemini thing, but it just doesn't stop. So sometimes it's good to have something that you can go back to, like, what were you thinking then? What's, give some contrast to now, shit like that. So I'm doing this for a few reasons, and I'm just kind of letting it do its own thing as it happens. And any suggestions, any comments are welcome. What y'all want to hear, what y'all want to see, holla at me. You know what? Let me give you some background. I'm talking to y'all like y'all know me. So background. Jose Bada, born and raised in New York City, Harlem, Washington Heights, Morningside Heights, Harlem Heights. I think to this day where it landed, but I felt the energy of Harlem. I felt the energy of Washington Heights. So I grew up in both in my brain most of my life. And then in 2022, my mother passed away, left me a little bit of cash, and I used that little bit of cash to put down on my house here in Puerto Rico as a means to not only have a spot out here, but, make some passive income. I'm not gonna lie. I was thinking Airbnb. It's by the beach, so why not? And the day I closed on the house, I get the call like, yo, your apartment building's on fire. Okay. So went back to New York to no apartment and just figuring life out. So it wasn't a planned situation, but here I am, and 3 years later, I am still here. It's been quite a ride in many ways, but I love the island. I love what I've learned here. I love the people that I've met, and I love what continues to help me heal and grow as a person, as an individual, as a spiritual being. I'm just living and loving and learning. So anyway, 20 minutes in. Damn, I gotta drink faster. I'm sorry, guys. I might need a guest. But see, if I have someone else, then I'll just chug this shit down. It's gonna be like 5 to 8 minute podcast, which should be fine. Like a little interlude, but I figure we get tipsy and we start talking that real shit. I'm just improvising here. I wrote some notes down if you see me looking. Nothing too elaborate, clearly, but I figure I gotta have something to talk about. So we shall see what the next episode is. Maybe I'll be a little more organized. Give me your thoughts. Give me your comments. Don't hold back. I love that I don't take shit personal. Holla at me. Thank you for your time if you went all the way with me. Boom.